たちに歯向かうやつは生かしちゃおうかね。
Hello everyone, it's Arcade here, and today I'll be talking about the first demo of Wulong Fallen Dynasty that is just released for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, and why you should keep an eye on it or at least give demo a try if you have the chance. I played Nioh series and love what Koei Tecmo been doing with Souls-like genre in these recent years. It might be a hot take. I do think Nioh series are the best alternative to Soulsborne series of From Software, so I was quite hyped when Wulong was first announced, showing more fast-paced gameplay than we have with Nioh series. This time it's not Sengoku Era of Japan but the Three Kingdoms era of China in year 184, starting with Yellow Turban Rebellion that will put China in a 100-year warring period. Just to make it simple for you guys, if Nioh is like a Souls-like game of samurai warriors, then Wulong is the Dynasty warriors. We have three big states that are fighting with each other, a mad tyrant that is using the emperor as a puppet, and lots of war and historical figures that still show up by lots of games and as popular culture elements. We even saw the fiercest warrior of that time and also face of Dynasty warriors Lu Bu by the reveal trailer couple of months ago, so that is also another reason to be hyped. Wulong Fallen Dynasty's first demo that probably presents the first actual mission of the game starts with Yellow Turban Rebellion, as I mentioned before. Yellow Turban Rebellion is actually a peasant revolt in China against the Eastern Han Dynasty. Hundreds of thousands of rebels died, and by the end of this rebellion the warlord Dong Zhuo was able to gain control over the underage heir to the throne, which he used as a legitimization for occupying the capital, leading to actual events of Dynasty Warriors or Romance of Three Kingdoms. Face of Dynasty Warriors Lu Bu is subordinate of Dong Zhuo, so the possibility is quite high that it might be the biggest threat of Wulong at some point. If I were to go back to the demo, we find ourselves in a valley full of yellow turban soldiers. It's year 184, so it is still quite early times of these events. Just like how they did by Nioh series, I think years will pass by each chapter or mission, so we might experience like 10 to 15 and even 20 years of events throughout Wulong. Just like we did by Nioh 2, we also create our own character by Wulong, choose a starting attribute that is based on Feng Shui elements and then start fighting. From air, fire, earth, metal and water, each element or attribute, so to say, improve a different aspect of our character, and this time the whole skill tree and attributes are quite different than Nioh series. And I might not even be wrong if I were to say that Wulong is a blend of Nioh, Sekiro and Bloodborne. It's maybe 3 times faster than Nioh, we can double jump around, deflect enemies to make their guard open just like in Sekiro, and the combat is aggressive and fast paced just like in Bloodborne. I really loved how Koei Tecmo improved their gameplay mechanics, how fluid the animations and combat feel, but I hated how they failed to teach me its mechanics by the demo. I literally learned how to play Wulong with Wulong mechanics by the actual last boss of the demo, which makes like the learning curve quite short and useful actually, but I wanted to play more of Wulong with its Wulong mechanics, to be honest. So I chose the fire element, which seems to be focused on more aggressive gameplay with increased attack stats, but then quickly leveled up to air, increasing my maximum health and survivability. There is no stamina meter by Wulong, and every dodge, every attack depletes the spirit gauge little by little, and we can increase our spirit gauge by inflicting damage to enemies, deflecting their attacks and so on. It kinda feels like posture system of Sekiro, but also different by serving the purpose of stamina, meaning that by doing needless soft dodges over and over and over again, you might exhaust yourself and not be able to guard against any attacks whatsoever. I tried to play Wulong like Nioh for a while, meaning that I dodged in most of times to create an opening to attack, and it kind of worked against normal enemies. But when it comes to bosses or like mini bosses, deflect is a must and also a fun mechanic that needs to be learned or at least practiced as soon as possible. Nearly every attack can be deflected within the correct time, and with deflect again you literally leave your enemies open for a counter attack. From Chinese straight swords to glaives, curved sabers to dual wield swords, Wulong has like 5 different weapons right now, and I believe we would have like an axe, a claw or like a Chinese fan weapon in the future. Within these selections, I found the glaive and the straight sword fun to play and easier to use. Especially within these weapons, sword felt with the best deflect time than others, but maybe it's just me. We also have two selection of ranged weapons as normal bow and a crossbow that use different ammunition, so some of the elements and aspects are quite same with Nioh series. On the other hand, just like by Nioh series, we also have these divine beasts that we can summon when they are charged, and I mostly use the Phoenix one, burning my enemies, dropping their spirit gauge to make a critical attack. Wulong has a really fast action Jrpg elements that are influenced from Sekiro, but there is this morale system which we have never ever seen before, brings a challenge and also motivates players to go around the map looking at every corner. So the demo mission has like 7 big bonfire and 5 small bonfires, so to say, and by placing a flag, meaning activating each of them, we earn a morale. Each enemy has its own morale level and their morale can increase when they kill us, and of course ours increase either by placing flags on these bonfires or killing enemies without dying. If an enemy's morale is higher than us, they inflict more damage and also can break our spirit gauge way faster. So my guess is either we need to play really carefully if we don't want to wander around the map to keep our morale high, or just discover spots and keep our morale threshold increase with each point we discover. Elemental spells we have are also unlocked with our own morale, so higher morale means more abilities to use, more tricks and stuff, and more decent, fair boss battles, I would say. We can also go and kill the enemy that killed us before to restore our lost experience points and morale, but I think the most logical thing to do here is to find these bonfires scattered around the map, discovering new locations, earning new gear, and also increasing our morale too. Also, whenever we die, we lose half of our experience points and reclaim them by killing the enemy that beat us before, so it will be best to spend our hard-earned experience points whenever we have a chance to. And I think I covered every big aspect and gameplay mechanics of Wulong within this nearly 2-hour demo, and the rest I leave that up to you to discover. I was quite hyped of Wulong, and if Koei Tecmo keeps on developing like this, I think I will be quite satisfied, to be honest. I'm sure they will add something even better than Wulong already has, so I'm looking forward to next demo if they release it whenever they want to. Be sure to give it a try if you have the chance, and even if you like Souls-like genre or not, you won't regret it.
아니자는 신라이와 우라기는 와케뉴